Hello all, welcome to this third video on setting up your VirtualBox. Well, you can see that I have two virtual machines running. The first one here is the virtual machine we have just created. So let's check the IP of this virtual machine. You can see that the IP is 192.168. I'm not sure if this is visible. Well, yeah. Can you see? This is 192.168.11.5, and let's go to the second machine where we can see the IP by typing ifconfig. You can see that my IP here in this case is 192.168.11.6. Now, since the same IP series has been allotted to both hosts, if there is a server running on one system and a client on the other, there shouldn't be any problem for both to communicate. So let's go to server and create a file called hello.txt, which is going to be requested by our client. So as you can see, I have already created one, but I'll add some additional characters so that you can see if it actually works. So I shall save this now. I've saved it. The client and server programs are the same as the ones which were taught in class. So I'll be mailing you a copy very soon. You can try this video on your own after having the setup as per the video, which is highly recommended. Now I shall compile the server file on my black host, that is as follows. As you can see, I have compiled it. Now the golden rule of client and server computing is that the server must always run first. So let's start the server here. As you can see, I use the terminal and a socket was created and it was bound on the IP address 192.168.11.5, and the port number here, if you can examine the code or if you remember, it is port 15,000. So technically it should work now. Let's go to the client and compile our client program there. So gcc for client.c o4 client, that is through output redirection. So you can see compilation has been successful. So I shall execute the file with a command line argument, which is the IP address of the server 192.168.11.5, and let's pray and press enter. Well, you can see that the socket was created. The socket was created. That's the string printed on the socket function call being executed successfully. The connection was also accepted with the server 192.168.11.5, which is the server's IP address. Now you can see that the client is asking us to send the name of the file which is to be displayed on the client's computer. So let us type hello.txt, because that's the file we have created here. And the moment I press enter, you will see something on the server which is on the left hand side, the black system. Well, let me press enter and here we go. So you can see on the server side, a request for the file name hello.txt was received and the request was completed by the server. Now since the server says that its request was completed, we should get the complete contents of the file hello.txt on the client's side. So let's go back to the client and check if we received the same contents. Now as you can see, the file name to hello.txt, the request was accepted and a file was received where the contents of the file are hello world from socket from server's side with a full stop, mind you. And since the end of file was encountered, I am arbitrarily typing this, printing out the string EOF. That is not necessary, but that proves that our network infrastructure along with the programs which were taught are sound and hopefully if you can get the same setup running on your system, you can realize client server communication. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have any persisting doubts, please let me know.